your arms, your elbows, your wrists, and all the way to your fingers. There's nothing for you to think about or worry about. You are here and now. With each breath, you are going down deeper and deeper, feeling so relaxed and so peaceful. And when I say red cat, red cat, you go to the deepest. And any energy who's coming through will have no blockage. And today I like to invite Navi's 2027 or 2026 version of him to come through this body. And when I count to 3, 1 coming through, 2 almost here, and 3. Hello. Yes. Are you ready? You let me know.
I'm ready.
Very good. So are you the 2026 version of Navi? No version. I mean the Navi from 2026 or 7.
Leaning more towards 2028.
Oh. So can you tell me why has to be that later, much later?
The work that he's doing at that time is more appropriate.
Uh-huh. So yeah, what he is doing in 28.
He's guiding people
Uh-huh.
the way he's doing it now, but at a more deeper level.
Uh-huh. In what way he's guiding people?
Soul-to-soul connection.
Uh-huh. So can you just kind of
And his ability, he's able to go into a space that's non-physical and to have that work be done at the non-physical level.
So when you say non-physical, he's going to a virtual place?
You could consider it that.
Can you describe?
Think of it as a white box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The person that's the two people, or it could be groups of people at once. You could consider them sitting in chairs in a way, and in the middle, each person puts their own energy and their requirements in the middle space.
Uh-huh.
And through that energy transaction, what is most beneficial to each of the individuals, they pick up on that. They pick up on those, what is needed for themselves. So in that way, each person is helping each other in the most beneficial manner. Does that make sense?
So people really go to somewhere, or they're just sitting in their own space and doing this.
Setting their own space, but as well as merging into each other's spaces
So it's a virtual meeting.
in a way.
So what Navi is doing is talking or
He's facilitating that process.
Uh-huh. But this is like energy healing, or he's making some speech?
Giving a push when it's needed most. Tends to stay in the sidelines, and when his input is needed.
Okay, so whatever people need.
Yes.
But how does he know?
It's natural to him. Does not need to
So
practice it.
He can tune into.
Yes.
Tune into their, let's say, energetic field.
Tune into the most basic and most greatest form, because your greatest form is the basic form.
He can visualize that, or he can sense.
Combination of feeling, seeing.
I see. So he developed this ability, or he just kind of activated?
That would be the most appropriate word, activated.
Okay, so is that possible for him to tell me, let's say when he's in 2026, I have questions regarding open contact?
You can.
Okay, so yeah, do I need to move him there, or he doesn't need, if I just say be in 2026?
Give the command.
All right. So now I like to take Navi's conscious awareness to be in next year, 2026, after, let's say, May. So when I count to 3, you'll be there. 1, 2, and 3. So let me know where you are.
You're standing with groups of people watching the sky.
Where is this?
Still in New York City.
Like which part?
Can't really tell.
Oh. Okay, so he's looking at the sky with others?
Yes.
What he's seeing? What is special about the sky?
That's what's happening in the sky. That's what's so special.
So can you tell me? What do you see?
Ships.
Is few or many?
Well, in this moment in time, it's just small ships.
And which month is this?
August.
And so small ships, and are they coming down, coming close?
telepathic communication, but they're not coming close to us, just making us more aware of them.
Okay. So, do you sense anything? Receiving anything?
Well, in the way that they're able to use their technologies, that they are able to show, if they need to, a virtual representation of themselves in front of us if they want to.
Right. But are you getting anything where you feel you can communicate with them telepathically?
The acceptance is there, so I can, the mutual.
So, what do you like to ask?
I'm asking, where are you from?
And see if you sense something.
They're not answering that question, but just telling me that we are you and we have always been with you. That's the answer they're giving.
So, do you understand when they say, "Where are you?"
I do. It's to show that there is no separation. That society teaches us separation.
I see. So I
must
go ahead.
realize that each of us plays a unique part in bringing each of us together. That it won't work out. The plan won't work out unless we realize that our differences make us whole, like a circle. Each slice is.
Right. So I like to take you to another important event of 2026. When I count to 3, you'll be there. 1, go into that moment. 2, almost there. And 3. Let's see. Where are you?
Strange. My eyes feel weird.
Yeah.
I think it's not my eyes.
Tell me more.
more expanded than normal, I guess.
More expanded than what?
Than normal? I don't know. It feels weird. My eyes feel weird.
Yeah. In what way? You feel it's you're not using your eyes.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Strange. I don't felt that way before.
Can you touch it?
Well, I feel it physically. I don't have to touch it. I feel it physically.
Uh-huh. So you can ask what is going on.
Well, it seems like one of these species, I gave the okay for them to use my body at a brief moment, so I could know how it feels to be them,
How to feel
how it feels to be them.
uh-huh. Who are they? You cannot see.
Well, it's giving me an image of that being, and what's coming out
Yeah.
is the lion.
Lion.
Yeah, the lion animal of the lion, but it's not the lion that we see as a normal animal.
Mm-hmm.
This one is upright. This one is walking, like an actual human anatomy, but with with the features of a lion.
Yeah, so you're saying the lion is like humanoid?
Humanoid, yeah.
So they're just a different species? They're extraterrestrial?
From our understanding, yeah, you could consider it that way.
Uh-huh. So you are having interaction with them? What is the picture?
It seems that they appeared before me without my awareness. They just came, and
Where are you?
dream state.
Dream state.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not in my waking state, but they came in my dream state.
Okay, so I want you to ask them what kind of connections you have with them.
The most similar position you could consider it is counselor of their people.
Counselor. This lion is the counselor.
No, that I was a counselor in their society, similar to advisor.
So what is the name of this species?
You can write it down if you want.
Okay. Hold down. So it's a long name.
5 letters.
5 letters.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
P,
Mm-hmm.
A,
Mm-hmm.
T,
Mm-hmm.
H,
Yeah.
P.
P.
Yeah. A.
And another A.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Path. Pathpa.
Yes.
Pathpa. So that's a
But
name.
what makes them unique in their own way is similar to our society and how they, in their distant past, had similar conflicts, you could say, was that they're, in their society, they have different colors to their beings.
So this species has anything to do with open contact?
They do, but for the most part, they have been watching over them. You could consider them guardians of the earth realm in a way. And the lion species that we see in earth is from them, from their DNA.
Ah. But they are invisible. They're in a different dimension.
From your standards, from your, what you would consider in your hierarchy, would be the 10th density of your standards.
So 10th density, but not 10th dimension.
Dimension is not the correct wording, density is the correct wording.
Okay. So are they going to do anything, interact with human?
They already have, just in a sideline based manner. They are more subtle in their influence.
So what kind of influence they trying to do to human or to this planet?
To make humans understand that their animalistic side needs to be understood and embraced, not to be pushed and forgotten and have a hatred towards. It needs to be embraced.
So the place that they're from, this 10th density, is there a name?
They're giving only more symbol based. They're not giving me letters or name. Symbol based.
So
They
they're
consider it like a how you have on a ship, how you have a wheel to steer the ship. They're
Right.
giving me that kind of symbol.
Uh-huh. All right. So, what do you think you will be serving using this ability that you can be the advisor for them after open contacts or before open contact?
It's giving me images, but I'm trying to make sense of those images. It's
Yeah.
hard to make sense of it. It's not,
Uh-huh.
they like to use symbols. It's difficult.
Okay. I think that's their language.
Yeah,
So it's a little bit hard for you to interpret it.
yeah.
All right. But you can feel this symbol and kind of understand the meaning behind.
Well, even my just seeing it is giving me, I can feel it physically just by seeing it.
Mm. All right. So I appreciate your info. And I will speak with this version of Navi again. And now I like to invite the energy, a different energy, different frequency that is the most appropriate energy for me to know a little bit more in 2026. The things, how things will change into what way. And so when I count to three, this energy will come through the body. One, we're coming through. Two, almost here. Hi. Three. Who I'm speaking with.
I see that you're trying to locate me.
Oh, uh, can I have your name?
We've been introduced.
Can you tell me again?
Tim.
10?
Tim.
Tim. Ah, okay. I see. I'm glad you came out. I was not sure if you can still use your device to do this. Yeah?
Well, the question is, why are you so fascinated with me?
Yeah, why not? Because you are the one who can give us a lot of details. And the way you describe it is very fascinating. So tell us more. What are you doing now?
I'll have a
Mm.
handheld device, not the same device that you how I
And
would travel to back and forth.
uh-huh. So this device is something that everyone can get, or you have to, you know, kind of request.
Not everyone can get it, or
Mm.
can be requested. Just provided when necessary. This one
Uh-huh.
allows me to I can't be right.
What?
No, I'm just getting distracted by something else that's happening right now.
So what made you decide to come to Naomi's office about 2 weeks ago?
Well, we will have a situation in the future that requires our input.
You mean you and me?
Yes.
But you are in a different timeline. But the one in 2025. So this version will meet with me eventually.
You consider it the nexus point is getting closer and closer. The the versions of us that need to meet in its most appropriate time will happen. Yes.
Mm. And also, I already know your face. So when I see you, it's like, oh, hey, Tim. Yeah, will be easier.
Won't be a stranger. Yes.
Mm. So just tell us more. What are you doing in 2026?
Mainly preoccupied with my gadgets. I'm not really here to
Mm.
assist with others in their own journeys, but my
Uh-huh.
own world is what I'm more happiest with.
Uh-huh. I see. And so can you do teleportation? Or can others do that instead of taking the any transportation?
Well, the way I would describe it is the peeling of reality, not really teleportation, but I like the word peeling of reality.
Meaning?
You're peeling, it's like a zipper, right?
Uh-huh. So you
You
just
close and open at will.
so you just do that. So where right the people at that time can manipulate time and space.
With certain restrictions, of course, yes.
And we don't have to learn?
The knowledge there is with you, what learning is needed.
Uh-huh. And so if someone wants to go to Antarctica, and they will be there in no time. If their trip is permitted.
If the frequency matches, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Some places are not, or closed off
Uh-huh.
for purposes unknown to you in this moment in time.
Okay, so again, we need to find out about, because we have been so used to being governed or being told what to do, what not to do. So there's no such like a government or some authority that they're making rules, regulations, restrictions. How can we know what is allowed?
The rules and regulations that your society operates will slowly diminish over time.
Mhm.
Self-sufficiency would be what will be apparent in the years after 2026. It's on your own freedom, your own discretion.
Mhm. So we don't have to
Rely
look
on anyone.
right, or we just make our
Own decisions.
right.
The way it's meant to happen. The way it's
Okay.
meant to be. If
Okay.
assistance is required, just ask for it and it will be
Ask whom?
any resources that are available.
Mm.
There's no restrictions to it.
Mm. So
It could
let's
be nature itself, it could be outside of nature, it could be outside the planet, it could be source itself. There's no restrictions.
we're too free. It's hard to imagine that we can just do anything.
To be in the control mindset makes you feel that way.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to.
That there's no hope, that there's no way to breathe again.
Mm. So let's say, what will happen to those skyscrapers in Manhattan? They will still be there, or will be replaced?
Manipulated.
Meaning, if people are not working in office buildings,
The very foundations of a structure will be manipulated to reflect
to what?
light structures.
So can you be more specific? So those buildings are no longer there, or they're
It won't
serving?
use the same materials that you have used for decades.
For what?
It won't use the same materials that you have used for decades in your
Right.
human history, with your steel and your metal and your aluminum. Those materials will no longer be appropriate or valid, more attuned to light-based, the uses of light itself.
Uh-huh. So let's say they are how to say, it's still those skyscrapers, but they will have a different appearance,
Yes.
and will have a different kind of, how to say,
A
space.
different kind of aura, you could say.
And the space inside, what do we use those space for?
Rejuvenation.
Are you talking about, I don't know, healing? Or is it just to produce energies?
Both. The principles of architecture will be different than you understand it now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I like you to be as specific as possible. So what people go there for?
To do as they wish. There's no restrictions. There's nothing to do. No work in a way that you're thinking that you have to do something to be there.
So you don't have to have a purpose.
No.
And that is really hard for us to imagine.
We can see.
So let's say, who will design those? I mean, the extraterrestrials or the grays, so they all, it's very easy for us to do so if we want a certain design. There will be technology.
They will provide their own version of it, their own vision of it, but it will be entirely on us to make that happen. They'll provide their input when it's because
So-
they've done it before. They have
But okay, I understand that. So you're talking about so they are always available.
always has been.
So they don't have to be anywhere physically.
No.
But they know our requests, requirements.
They will pick up on our thinking and our imagination process. Yes.
It's the way you describe is very abstract.
Like you said, you can't really visualize it because it's not in your field of understanding. So what good would it do to give you that kind of picture? What good would it do?
It's we just try very hard to imagine.
And that's the problem.
Because it's not in our awareness yet.
Yes.
And so let's say again, we use Amazon right now to order things that we cannot buy in the store. So at that time, let's say if I want some specific, I don't know, antique typewriter. So how can I get that?
Which time frame are you talking about to request that typewriter?
I just want to have that as a decoration for my apartment, let's say. So how can we get those? How can we get delivery like the Amazon does right now? Yeah, I'm sure there's a way.
Just that request itself is not letting me give you my understanding of your request is not typewriter. It's
But people might like to have some antiques. You know, can be anything from 18th century.
priorities would shift to not want that want.
All right, so yeah, maybe we can figure that out later. And so I I thank you again for coming through and for giving us information that only in this way that we can get a more understandings of what is like after 2026. So I appreciate that, and I will speak with you soon again.
Yes, our journey is not over.
Of course not, and we are going to do some work together